our fourth or fifth broadcast this morning. We started on Twitter Spaces, had a complete, I don't know what happened, but it just completely shut down like several times. And then we were just on Haps moments ago, and that broadcast kicked me out and then shut down. So who knows what happened? But yeah, we're here and we are persevering this morning. That's what it takes sometimes with crowdfunding. If you hear this broadcast and you want to tell your friends that we're here, go ahead and share this broadcast right now. We're only going to be live for another 20 minutes. And I have a couple of really wonderful guests, and one is a co-host here with me to chat for the next 20 minutes. If you have campaigns, this is the most important part. If you are crowdfunding right now, and you are in the entertainment industry, you are independent, you are working on something that's either long term or short term, and you want our community to hear about it, please tweet it with our hashtag crowdfund Monday, and that's on the screen right there. So go ahead and use that hashtag all through the week. And our community is encouraged to go find other crowdfund Monday crowdfunders and retweet their campaigns, no matter whether it's Monday through Sunday. Okay, so that's what we do here. And for the types of campaigns that we're really trying to support are campaigns that are focused on creating new works. So that's the main thing. It's inclusive. We include and want everybody to be part of this. And so we just want to make sure that the net is really wide and really including and putting our arms around the community that the Young Hollywood Blast promotes extensively, which is that of women from all backgrounds, men and women from all backgrounds. We support LGBTQ. We support disability. We support uh, all aspects of gender identity, neurodiversity. So all of these communities are welcome to participate in this crowdfunding, and we really want to amplify those campaigns. That's our goal as well. That's one of our strongest missions here with Crowdfund Monday, is to make sure that those works are really amplified here. So that said, we're going to spend the next 15 minutes or so chatting with Darian Jordan from Dekej Media. She's our co-host. Welcome, Darian.
Hey. Hey,
she
y'all.
has she has been here this morning. It's morning time here in the on the Pacific Coast, but she's been here. She's getting through some jet lag, and she is here for the community. She just did an
Yeah.
international travel, and she's ready, like, to answer some questions with you.
Yes. Yes, I am. I
Yes.
am very
So let me
excited.
let me let me take down this stream starting because we this stream done started like a long time ago. It started like 2 hours ago. And we're a bit delirious. Both of us are delirious because we've been managing the technical difficulties like we're just slaying dragons. So um just everyone give a round of applause to Darian Jordan for managing all of that. And
Hey.
And we have with us Z Wolf, a Yamcha story. We have Daniel, the creator of this amazing movie, and it just finished filming over the summer. It was just crowdfunding here with us at Crowdfund Monday this spring. So we are so excited to have him back, hanging out and being the amazing life of the party that he always is. Welcome, Daniel.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Hey, this sounds suave. Hello. So
I
yeah,
try, I
we
try.
we have a couple questions for both of you. And we started on the previous broadcast. Go watch part 1 if you want to see the answer to question 1. We're moving on to question 2, which is, What do you wish you knew about crowdfunding before going into it? And whoever wants to go first.
Uh,
Go.
I think I wish that I knew how much effort it really takes to like do it, like to pull the campaigns. It's more than just like, oh, here's my budget. Let me throw up, my little description and my little, hey, here you go. Um, and then money starts rolling in instantly. No, it's lots of work, lots of boots on the ground, in the trenches. You got to think about how you market the campaign. You got to think about, even like as you construct the campaign, how to do so in a manner that attracts people and makes them want to give their money. I just wish I knew how much it was going to involve before I first did this. Like I started my first crowdfunding experience was years ago actually, like way back in like 20, I want to say 2013 was when I did my first like crowdfunding campaign, and I got $0 and 0 cents. Um and I think at that point in my life I just thought it
Sorry,
was
I have to laugh that you had to
it's funny. It's funny.
$0 and
It's
zero
actually funny. Luckily, it was like low stakes, and the project was like very early on in pre-production, and then turned out later that the person who like kind of approached me and my friend to help out with this particular project like got just moved on with life and found other interests. So there was nothing lost by us not successfully raising funds, but no money came in at all. And we were like sharing it on social media, but we had no strategy. We had no like anything. Like there was just nothing to attract people to our campaign. And that's why it absolutely flopped. So I wish I would have known then what I know now.
Absolutely. Z Wolf.
Yeah, for me, basically everything what Darian said, and on top of that, I wish I knew that you need to have a substantial internet footprint to advertise to, because basically, what I learned from my three failed attempts, as Darren said, it's hard work, and it's hard work. Basically, you have to push the crowdfunding, the campaign out there. I would say at least four times, five times a day across several different platforms. It's grueling, and if you have, let's say, only three Twitter followers, your odds are really against you. So one thing I can recommend for people, if you're trying to get a crowdfunding campaign started, because it's an internet-based thing, you need to have an internet footprint, because this way it'll be easier to attract like-minded people. So that's what I wish I had before I started even the first one. Because yeah, everything that Darius said with the hard work and everything, it's common sense. So Darren says $0, 0 cents. Yeah, I had zero common sense. So I thought like, okay, I'm gonna post it up. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna put all the hashtags. It's gonna just fly everywhere. No, you need to push it. You need to talk about it. You need to keep it on the radar at all times, and you need a footprint, as I said. So don't just start right off the bat with, okay, let me open a Twitter account. I'll push a couple of tweets, and there she goes. No, it's a lot of work, a lot of prep work. It's kind of like when you shoot a film, you have production, but you also have pre-production. So do a lot of preparation before you launch the campaign.
That's so true, honestly. And it's like even a step beyond like, major internet footprint. You need people in your network that also have a substantial internet footprint, because like the thing is you need people to share. And so
Of
like if
course,
people are sharing to their networks, you want to make sure that they also have the pull and the influence and the people who might want to give. Like that's really, yeah, that's key, honestly.
absolutely.
So true. So true. So like leading on to the next question. So we've talked a lot about our challenges around crowdfunding and like the growing pains and the lessons learned, but I think it's important that we like also highlight some of the good things about it. So what would you say is the benefit of crowdfunding versus like seeking studio backing or even doing something like grants or stuff like that?
Well, here's the thing from the outside looking in, because I never pitched to a studio or that kind of thing. I seen a lot of documentaries, a lot of interviews about different producers, different directors trying to get the budget, and basically what I understand, that like the way I see it at least, when you get, let's say, a studio backing for your project, if the budget is substantial enough, it becomes a movie by committee. So you don't really have a say, because now you have investors that are looking to make their money back. So they will not allow really any creativity that you might want to put on your project if it messes with the bottom dollar.
Yep.
So this way, and when you do crowdfunding, it's your project. You have your own vision. If it's the most genius thing or the dumbest thing ever invented, it's yours, and you get raising the money. It's your movie to see it, to do it the way you see fit. So
Absolutely.
it's you own your destiny in a way. But then again, I mean, it depends. If let's say you have a studio that wants to throw $5 million at you, I mean, you'd be three different kinds of fool to say no.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, but and you'll never really, the odds of you getting this kind of money through crowdfunding is extremely low, to if it's anything beyond zero.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so there's the pros and cons for both. I mean, if all of us are aiming to be big enough that one of these days those studios are going to look at us and with an open checkbook, with a pen that works, and but yeah, like there are some sacrifices to be made.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I agree wholeheartedly. Like I think like that's when I think about crowdfunding for what I'm doing and like the projects that I'm putting out there, that's the biggest thing for me is like one of the biggest reasons that I like go down that road versus trying to pitch to a studio. Although like there are a couple of projects that I might try to pitch to studio at some point. I think I think about that. It's like it it's going to change, like because the studio wants to see that return on their investment. They want to see that it's going to have commercial success, that they're going to make their money back and some. Um, and if they feel like what is being made isn't reaching that objective, they're going to make changes and they're going to require those changes. They're going to run everything through like focus groups and this, that, and the third. And like you start to lose your voice. And that's one of the things that, like, for some of my projects anyway, I don't want that. I don't want that interference. And I think it's one of those things too where you kind of have to like weigh it. You have to ask yourself, like, is this a project that I mind like losing a little bit of my voice or maybe even a lot of my voice to, you know, the studio telling me what I need to do. And if so, if I'm okay with that, then it's worth a shot pitching and seeing what happens. Especially if you feel like it's solid enough to pitch. Um, and then there's a lot of things that I think are just a little bit too close to my heart. And I'm like, I want to make this the way I want to make it, and I want the freedom to make it the way I want to make it, and in the time frame that I want to make it too. Because like studio, the other thing about studio funding is like they want everything to turn around in a certain amount of time. They're going to be pressuring you to get things
Yeah.
done as quickly and as cheaply as possible. Um, so I want to if I want to take my time with something, if I want to like do it my own way, you know, bring in my friends and like get us all together to make this film, then I'm going to crowdfund it because the chances are pretty good if I take it through like a studio, I'm not going to have those opportunities to make it with my friends and to make it the way that I want to make it and take my time with it if that's what I want to do and like all of that stuff. So yeah, I agree. I agree. It's definitely sacrifice either way, really. You make sacrifices either way.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, like with the crowdfunding, like it becomes also a bit more of an intimate process, because
Mhm.
it's as I mentioned before, it's like-minded people that agree or at least encourage you on your vision and want to get it done. Uh, but then again, it's also nice not having to run around trying to get money for a specific camera when the studio just throws the latest and greatest at you. So there is pros and cons. I'm not gonna bash one for the other, but at the end of the day, it's how much of, as you said before, how much of your voice do you actually are you actually willing to kind of like set aside a little bit. I
Yep.
mean, I've seen quite a bit of interviews that a lot of the actors, for example, they want to do the couple of blockbusters so they'll be able to have enough gravitas to do the indie project that the studio doesn't really that isn't really a fan of, So this way they have a little bit of influence to do what they're really passionate about, what they're really their main objective actually is.
Yeah, and I get that. I think for me anyway, as a filmmaker, I'm like the inverse of that. It's like I want to do like some indie stuff to like build my traction so that when I go to the studio, when I'm ready to like come through to the studio, I want to be able to show them my track record and be like, without your money, this is what I was able to accomplish. And so
Yeah,
now give me your money. But then at that point in the game too, I have the pull to be able to say, and I want to do it my way because my way already works. So imagine what I can do with my way and your money. So I think like that that gives us, you know, that gives us a little bit of extra. So like that's why I do it the way that I do it now. It's like I'm gonna do indie, I'm gonna raise the money, I'm gonna be boots on the ground, and I'm gonna make films that I think are, I'm passionate about and that I think fit my voice and my vision, and I'm going to do them well and they're going to be successful. And then when I'm ready to pitch those other films that I know I'm going to need a little help from a studio, then I have the track record to be like, yeah, just give me money, man.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That would be, in my opinion, like the ideal situation where you can have 100% control and 100% of somebody else's money.
Yeah,
I love that. Just give me
absolutely.
the money, man. Just give me the money, man. I'm gonna hop
Just make
on
sure
in
the
here. You
check
guys, that was
doesn't bounce and let me do my thing.
Okay.
yeah, that was an amazing discussion. I just want to recognize and thank everyone that is watching us live at the almost noon hour. We've got 34 live viewers, and we want to thank you so much for stopping through. We've had an amazing morning here, September 27th, filled with technical glitches, technical difficulties, but we persevered. We plowed through all of that and we kept going because we want to chat with you here at Crowdfund Monday, our community crowdfunding for diverse indie creatives. We are just finishing up a round of today's questions, which were brought to you courtesy our co-host, Dekej Media. Yeah,
Woo!
yeah. And if you didn't know, Dekej Media is owned by Darian Jordan, and she is here with us. And if you are on Haps, you should go follow her account. We also have here with us today Daniel from Z Wolf a Yamcha Story, and he is a filmmaker you should also follow on Hap. So go ahead and follow their accounts. We're going to start wrapping up and winding things down because we got to go get lunch. Like we've been at this for 2 hours, fighting some serious technical stuff to make sure we connect with you. Crowdfund Money community, remember that you can tweet your campaigns with hashtag Crowdfund Monday and we will come and support you. So if you're part of this community, what you do, you look up hashtag Crowdfund Monday, you go ahead and you retweet those works. They should be creative, new creative works. And that's what we focus on because that's kind of, what we want to really get out there, shine the light on, and make sure that we get those works funded. What we're going to do in closing today is take a look at an example of a long term campaign. And this is actually our co host's amazing campaign. And I'm not sure if it's going to show up because my internet connectivity is just terrible. So if you want to share something from your side of things,
Yeah, let me
Darian,
see if I
maybe it might
can.
look better. It seems to be sort of like kind of swirling into view here, but
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can present this.
It looks
Yeah,
Present.
nice now on my
you
end.
can present it. You go ahead and take control. It just says we are back in action, and it's an amazing tweet. And notice it has the hashtag, so you should retweet that right now. And if you're not sure how to find that, you just go to your search Twitter bar right there, and you type in hashtag crowd fund Monday. All right. And you will come up with not only our sister account for the Young Hollywood Blast, which is the Crowdfund Monday account that we use to really promote your works, but also you'll come up with our hashtag, which you can search by the latest, the most relevant, all that kind of stuff, find the most recent, and you want to find that and you want to retweet it. So we're going to retweet that right now. Actually, you already did. And this is part of an amazing thread that you can read so you can see more about what's going on. We're okay with threads too, so please share those if that's helpful. And Darian, if you have something that's easier for people to view, you can feel free to like take over and just let me know. Just poke me.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
it's the
going to.
same thing. I shared my. I'm sharing my. I presented it. So, but
You
you. It
did?
seemed like
Okay, good.
your connectivity sorted itself out. So
It
it's fine.
sort of did. Like, you know what? It's like as soon as I talk bad about it, it's like, oh, really? Oh, really? You want to see what's bad? I'll show you what's bad. And then it's
Oh,
it
so
is
good.
just making me look like a fool today. But we are so grateful that you have been an avid user of this hashtag, and that
Yeah.
makes it easier for us to support you. That's all it's about. We just want to be able to support people who are looking for that support through our community. And again, this is free. So it's here every week. You can use it. Um, the only thing that we really try to steer people towards is using it for creative works and focusing around the indie entertainment community. There are so many worthy causes out there. I totally feel you and I see you out there doing your thing, and we support you and love what you're doing. This community is really trying to make sure that the works of creative people who are independent, do not have access to big studio budget dollars, are able to get their work seen. So um, that's that. Do you have anything to add to that, Darian?
I don't. I think you said it beautifully.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's pretty much it. We want to thank everyone who joined us for the entire 2 hour escapade through the Twitter Spaces, the two Twitter Spaces that we started and just kind of ended on us. um, we want to thank Z Wolf for hanging in there, joining us through not one but two broadcasts of HAPS live. So thank you, Daniel.
My pleasure.
It's a round of applause. And we want to also thank all the viewers who hung in there with us and also shared this. You can watch the replay, and we will be trying it again next week on Twitter Spaces. So please come back and join us. We're going to keep going. Hopefully, the glitches will eventually work themselves out. These are the handles for the Crowdfund Monday initiative at the Young Hollywood Blast. It's just Crowdfund Monday. Put a hashtag in front of there. We do have two accounts by the same name at Twitter and Instagram. So whichever one, but we are really primarily hanging out on Twitter. So we want to push everyone to really follow us in that space because that's where we have the strongest sort of connection with our audience. We have the most sort of hold. We have a total audience, and I mean in my personal network of about 21K like in total. So that's like everything included, and everybody sees this. So definitely come be part of this. We'd love to see you. Tell your friends, and sure we'll have some more adventures next week.
Yes.
All right, so that's all from me and from Darian. We will
Yeah.
wish you a happy rest of your Monday.
Talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.